Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, so I just got in the car. I have like a 5 or 6 minute ride, so I'm gonna make a really quick video because something popped in my mind last night based off of other videos that I said about the ectopic heartbeats, skipped heartbeats, and the cardiophobia. Now, the reason why it popped into my head was because I had some skipped heartbeats last night after going, I don't even know, like 2-3 months maybe without having any. And like when you have that sensation, like immediately your mind, like your subconscious just pulls back, like past, and like I'm at a point again where like I can kind of separate some things and I can think clearly on some things, and my mind kind of thinks logically about some things now. Like it's not at a perfect place, but it's at an improved place to where like I could kind of separate certain things and be like, okay, like I realize as soon as I feel the sensation, I know that my mind is now just immediately subconsciously starting to remember all of the shit that I had to go through when it was happening all the time, like all day, every day. And when I was just like sitting there, like waiting for the next one, because it's like, it still tries to grab you. So no matter how far out of it you are until you get like fully recovered from it, like you can even go three months or so when you don't have anything like that, and then the minute that you do feel that sensation, it's like a freeze kind of moment. So like I started to think about it after a little while, because it happened like close to when I was like going to be going to sleep, so I didn't spend like much time really trying to dwell and think through certain things. But now as I got in the car, I'm like, okay, let me try to talk my way through like what I was thinking about in the morning, you know, when I was just trying to kind of recap as to why somebody could go 2-3 months or whatever and not feel anything, and then randomly start to feel something. So this is just going to be my own analysis of my own past and history of dealing with these, and kind of give you an idea of what I think may like kind of be the biggest trigger and what caused that. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about just the anxiety in general, because yes, the anxiety absolutely exacerbates that, and that's been spoken about in many videos, and especially the videos from Dr. Sanjay Gupta. So check them out. So go to Dr. Sanjay Gupta, York Cardiology, and you can see all the videos that he has on the ectopic heartbeats and anxiety, and the link between them, and how that kind of exacerbates it, because now your mind starts to play on you, and your mind essentially starts to play tricks on you, and you just start to pick up so much more because now you're looking out for that. Whereas if you were just going about your normal business, you might not even feel anything, or you might just take it in stride and feel a little something, but it wouldn't really throw your entire day off and throw your entire existence off. So go check those out. Now, individually with me, so the first time I ever started feeling ectopic skipped heartbeats was when I started drinking coffee. Okay, so I guess everybody might just be different when it comes to that. You know, some people, and obviously with the coffee and the caffeine, like some people, or I guess most people, get wired when they drink the caffeine. But then on the flip side, there's some people that just get more tired, from what I've heard from like anecdotal experiences from people. So it's subjective, okay? So the reason why I say that is that I also think that maybe your responses to the caffeine and all that kind of stuff could be subjective when it comes to the palpitations, because there's a lot of people that feel more palpitations when they drink coffee. And that was the first experience for me, was I was having cups of coffee, really the first time consistently when I was working at a job about 8 to 10 years ago or something like that. And that's the first time I experienced flutters and palpitations, to the point where it was happening for like an hour or so at my job, and I left and went to see the cardiologist, and that's the first time I ever had tests run on palpitations and ectopic heartbeats and the flutters and things like that. Now, that was also, you know, a time where I was putting a lot of stress on myself and pressure on myself and going through my job. So that could also have played a part in adding to the anxiety, because, you know, when you go in there, they're like, oh, well, you know, your heart rate's a little high. And I think that like nothing has changed with my heart rate from like then until now. Essentially, like, it's always kind of been, I guess I want to say in the 90s, which you know, I guess is, yes, probably a little on the high side of normal. But to flip that, like I was always drinking a lot of sugary things and eating a lot of sugar and caffeine, and that led to obviously the coffee thing. And like I just now stay away from the coffee, and a lot of people, you know, probably that see this video are going to be addicted to coffee and addicted to caffeine and all that kind of stuff. So that's an area that I struggled with in terms of palpitations and ectopic heartbeats that you might want to look into and just kind of test. The other thing last night was I didn't have any caffeine, but I had spicy food, and I used a seasoning for like my own little steak that was spicy. I didn't know that it was going to be spicy, but I ate it anyway. And I've noticed also that this is also like a little common thing with me, that when I have anything that's a little spicy and has a kick to it, I tend to notice more skip beats. So if you're also somebody, sorry, I was parking, so I had to put the phone down if the camera went out. If you're also somebody that eats a lot of spicy food and you don't really think about it or realize it, and you get ectopic or skip beats, that's another area to look into. So for me, those are the two biggest contributors to just the sensation and the feel of that for me. And then I could go months without feeling anything, because for the most part I don't do spicy food, and for the most part I don't do caffeine. I actually don't really do any kind of caffeine other than the rare occurrence of like some chocolate, because chocolate has caffeine in it. Also on top of that, the sugar too. So if you're somebody that drinks a lot of soda with caffeine, and even if it's decaffeinated, it's just a ton and ton of sugar, look into it and look at the TikToks and the videos that have been made about how much sugar actually goes into your little, you know, like cup or plastic bottle of soda. It's an insane amount, and that's just not good for you. Okay, so right off the bat, okay, I want you to do a little experiment. I want you to try to cut out, I know it's difficult to cut out coffee, but try to do it, or try to at least like really greatly taper it down. Cut that down. Cut out any sugar that you might be consuming. Cut out all the sodas and the iced teas, all that with caffeine and sugar. It's just not a good combo for your body. And try to cut out any kind of spicy food that you may be having. It's just a little thing that you could test out and do it for like 2-3 months, and I want to know how you feel. So if you're willing to do that, I want you to comment on the video, and I want you to tell me that you're going to give it a shot, and then I want to hear how it goes for you. So come back in 2 months or so, same video, and comment, and let me and everybody else know how it goes for you, because I think you also find an improvement in potential anxiety levels, and also just lifestyle. You'll probably end up feeling better because of the crashes and things that the sugar and all that kind of stuff and the caffeine eventually leads to. So check that out. Thank you for checking out this video. I kept it a little bit shorter, and I'm about to run and get a massage. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.